Morning. This is your morning stretch break. It is a traditional stretch break, and just to advise you that you or any of your family members that may be joining this session, you should always consult a physician before doing so, especially if you have any known medical conditions and or if you're pregnant. If you experience any dizziness or feel faint during this session, please stop immediately. We're not able to assume liability for any accidents or injuries. So I could ask you to now stand in the center of your mat, whether it's a mat or an area rug. Okay. And standing nice and tall. Hands are by your side. Shoulders are down right over your hips. Breathing deeply. And what I'd like you to do is turn your head to the right. So you have your chin to forehead vertical. Inhale, breath. Exhale, rotate it over to the left. I'm just going to reposition the screen. Keep going. Again, inhale. Exhale, rotate it back to the right again. Inhale, breath, contracting the abdominals. Exhale, and rotate it back to the left. Your knees are slightly soft, meaning they're slightly bent. Take your face forward. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Again, forward, up, back, and down. One more time. Forward, up, back, and down. Hold here, squaring the shoulders right over the hips. Contract the abdominals. Let's reverse it. Forward, back, and down. Forward, back, and down. Excellent. Okay, from here, place your hands by your side. From this position, turn your head. Now your chin, I want you to lower in the diagonal direction of your armpit. Breathing deeply, feeling the stretch now traveling to the side of the neck. Up. Now over to the other side. And lower the chin to the direction of your armpit. Lift up. Let's repeat that again. Go over. Lower the chin to the arm. Excuse me. Up. Now over to the other side. So sorry. And lift it up. From here, I'm going to ask you to take your chin forward and now gently lift it up as if there's a little hook lifting your chin up, keeping your shoulders down. Now close your mouth here. Stretch in the front of the neck. Gently feeling every single movement. Lower your chin down to your chest and curving up into the back of the neck. Keep the shoulders right over the hips so you don't want to hunch around forward. Once again, lift the chin up. Close that mouth. And take it down. From here, take your arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back, clasp your fingers, and this is what it looks like. Then lift the arms up, keeping the knees slightly bent, abdominals are contracted. Lifting the chest up. If you can, lift the chin up as well. Good opening, stretch into the chest muscles, the pecs, the front of the shoulder, the anterior deltoids as well. Release, and now C-shape your spine. So you want to bring your hips forward, rounding through. However, when you do round through, you want to keep the shoulders down. Release your hands and take them out to the side with the fingers up. Palms up now, thumbs pointing back. Now look up. Look forward. Contract the abdominals, come to a vertical position. From here, step wide. Take a nice side bend. As you lift one arm up, directly to the side, stretching long right through the fingertips. Release it as you inhale, come right into the center. Do not shift your hips. Other side, lift up. Other side, reaching through those fingertips. And coming straight up. We're going to repeat that. Again, other side, with the palms down to start. Side bend. And now I'm going to ask you to turn the palm up to the ceiling. Stretching a little bit deeper. Be mindful of the lower back. Contract your abdominals. Now from here, I'm going to ask you to turn your torso so your chest facing the floor and come forward in a bend, but you're facing a diagonal position. Now, if the outstretched arm is too much for you, put it on your waist, your hips. From there, lower down as you bend the knees, bring your hands into the center. Knees are bent. Now straighten, but remain in a forward fold. All you're doing is straightening the legs as you bend forward. And if it's too much for you to, it's too difficult to touch the floor, no problem. If you have books, anything, use props. You could place that on underneath your hands. You could also place your hands onto your thighs. All right. You don't have to go as far. You keep the head up, especially if you have any hypertension or breathing problems. Bend the knees again. Straighten it for the last time. So again, you might want to stand for a bit should you have any of those issues, any heart conditions. Bend the knees, roll it all the way up. Take a deep breath in, lift those arms up. Now, we're going to side bend over to the other side with palm down. Now, can we turn the palm up to the ceiling? Breathing deeply. Make sure you've contracted your abdominals. Take the palm down again, stay in the side bend. Now we're going to fold forward, turn our torso so our chest faces the floor. And we're on a diagonal direction, reaching out with the arm and the fingertip. Once again, if you feel that's uncomfortable for you, you could also put your hand on your hips. And we're going to lower down as we bend. Walk our hands right into the center. Bend those knees again and straighten those legs. Lifting your hips, opening up into the deep base of your pelvis. Bend the knees again. Lift up, stretching it here. Let's do this one more time. Bend the knees and straighten the legs. Now from here, if you need, you might need to spread the legs a little bit more because we're going to take it into a side lunge right here. We are facing forward. We're just lunging over. Getting a good stretch into that inner thigh. Again, I'm propped up on my elbow, which is resting on my thigh. But if you can go all the way down. Showing you an option here. If you want to try coming down, but you can't quite reach, have blocks, books, anything there that will lift you up a little bit. So you want to try to keep the head above the heart if you have any issues, all right? Be very careful with that. Now I want you to come back to the center and bend those knees, both knees. And then straighten up, lifting the base of the pelvis right up to the ceiling once again. Pull your tummy up to the spine. Bend your knees. Now shift over to the other side. Working on the inner thigh of the other leg. Holding it here, breathing deeply. Stretching that inner thigh. Don't be afraid to be lifted and place your, support yourself on your thighs. Okay, bring your hands back onto the floor. One more time, let's bend the knees. And now we're going to roll up as we shimmy in the legs a little bit. And walk those feet in. Roll the shoulders back a couple of times. From here, I'm going to ask you to walk over to a support. Okay, so if you need anything for balance, because we're going to stretch the front, and we're going to do your very, very traditional hip flexor stretch like so. Okay, in this position, you want to make sure that your chest is lifted, your chin is tucked back, and your abs are tight. Okay, I'm also grabbing above my ankle joint, not on my joint, just above it. So you can see right here, and certainly not below it onto the foot. Breathing. Now, eventually, you don't want to work it, so that stretching leg, that knee of the stretching leg, eventually over time will be aligned to the standing leg, okay, the knee of the standing support leg. Holding here, breathing deeply, always pulling your abdominals. and release. Okay, let's switch legs. So I'm going to turn around, doing the same thing, grabbing hold above my ankle. My chin is tucked back, my chest lifted, my abdominals are contracted. Rolling the shoulders back. Now, if it's too hard to grab your lower limb, you can certainly put a towel around it and grab hold of the towel. Okay? Especially if you have any knee limitations, injuries, you do not have knee flexion. So just work it, put something around, and hold on. Okay? You could even rest your foot on a prop, a chair, anything to help you, and contract the abdominals, right? And then move the knee back. So that's another way of gaining a little bit of flexibility in the hip joint and the knee joint very gently. Okay, release it. We're going to turn around once again. We still need support. We're going to take the outside leg, we're going to cross it. If you need, hold on to the leg, and I'm going to sit back gently with a flat back. Get a good stretch right into the hip rotators. These are a lot of traditional stretches. Doing a lot of these in class. After workouts, whether you're cycling, this is perfect. Perfect stretch you need to do for cycling, squats, lunges, crossover lunges, any of that sort. Really need to stretch up the rotators, the paraform muscles. And if you do a lot of sitting, which we're all doing right now, working at our desk. Okay, let's switch over to the other leg. Sitting back and low. You don't want the knees coming forward. You want to sit back low so the knee is never in front of the toes. In fact, I like having it right over my ankle, flat back. And release it up. Okay, from there, we're going to do one more stretch, and that is a wall stretch. So you're going to walk over to a wall. Hopefully you have some space. You're going to take your hands, and you're going to place them against the wall or as close to the wall as you can, but you want to have the wrist over the elbow joint, and the elbow joint's at 90 degrees, and that upper arm is also the same level as your shoulder joint. You're as close to the wall as you can, trying to keep the upper back towards the wall, and your hands, the entire arm against the wall. That's going to be very difficult. If you cannot, come slightly forward, but you must try to keep the elbow underneath the wrist. So you don't want to do this action where you're touching your hands to the wall but not the elbow, or vice versa. Okay, try to do the best you can. Look forward. Abdominals are contracted. I know this is hard. It really works on correcting your posture. So if you're rounded forward all the time at a desk, you start to develop loose back muscles, weaker back muscles, tight chest muscles. This will stretch and open up the chest and contract the back muscles, making them stronger. Holding your shoulders in alignment. Okay. Proper posture. Tucking your chin back and trying to get the back of the head towards onto the floor. Take a break if you need. Right. Breathing deep, a few more breaths here. You could do it. I know it's hard. One more deep breath. And then release it down. Okay, come forward and roll the shoulders. And then that's round the spine. Pull the shoulder blades apart, but keep them down as well. From here, hands are down, just a gentle head tilt, very gentle. Now the other side. Let's repeat. Rotate, not rotate, switch. Switch to the other side. From here, take it up. Turn your head so your chin is down to the armpit, and now you're going to roll forward, ear to the opposite shoulder and stop, and then roll forward back. Stop, and roll it back again, only moving forward from side to side. And one more time. Once you get there, lift your head up. Okay, roll the shoulders. Roll it forward. From here, you're going to take a deep breath in as you lift those arms all the way up over your head and down right in front of your heart. And that is your stretch, morning stretch. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you again. Have a wonderful day.